In 1900, a sponge diver pulled a corroded lump of bronze from a shipwreck. It turned out to be a 2,000-year-old computer. In the late 1930s, an archaeologist found a clay jar in the Iraqi desert. It turned out to generate electricity. Both were built at the same time, by civilizations connected by the same trade routes, in a world that, according to official history, had no business making either of them. And here's the part nobody talks about. They are not the only ones. We were all taught the same story of human progress. 10,000 BC, agriculture begins. 3,500 BC, writing is invented. 1600 AD, the scientific revolution. 1800 AD, the first battery. 1831 AD, electricity is formally understood. A clean, straight line, primitive to advanced, step by step. But here is what the actual archaeological record shows. When you look at the evidence rather than the textbook, 11,500 BC, Göbekli Tepe, Turkey. A complex of precisely carved stone pillars, up to 6 meters tall, weighing up to 20 tons each, decorated with intricate animal carvings. Built by people who, according to the official timeline, were hunter-gatherers with no agriculture, no writing, and no civilization. It is the oldest known large-scale human construction on Earth, 7,000 years older than Stonehenge. And at some point, it was buried. Most archaeologists describe the filling as intentional and systematic. The material is too uniform, too deliberate to be purely natural accumulation. The reasons why remain actively debated, but for 11,500 years, it sat hidden under the earth, perfectly preserved, until a German team's trowel hit limestone in 1994. 3,200 BC, Newgrange, Ireland. A passage tomb more precisely engineered than most modern buildings. Its inner chamber aligns to the winter solstice sunrise so accurately that for exactly 17 minutes each year, a single beam of sunlight travels 19 meters down the passage and illuminates the chamber. Built 600 years before the pyramids of Giza, by people who left no written record of how they did it. 150 BC. An analog computer with 37 hand-cut bronze gears, predicting the positions of the sun, moon, and 5 planets, is built in ancient Greece. The next device of comparable mechanical complexity wouldn't appear for 1,400 years. 250 BC to 250 AD. Multiple clay jars in Parthian, Iraq, proven to generate electricity when filled with acid, are found alongside medical needles. 2,000 years before the first modern battery. These are not myths, these are physical objects, in museums, measured, tested, published in peer-reviewed journals, and they don't fit the straight line. Let's start with the most extraordinary artifact ever pulled from the ancient world. The Antikythera Mechanism, built around 150 to 100 BC. Recovered from a Roman-era shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera in 1900. It sat in a museum storage room for decades, a corroded lump of bronze that nobody understood. Then researchers started X-raying it, then CT scanning it, and what they found inside changed everything. 37 individually hand-cut bronze gears, interlocked with extraordinary precision, driving a system of dials and pointers that tracked the position of the sun in the zodiac, the position and phase of the moon, using a rotating half-black, half-silver ball, the timing of solar and lunar eclipses, using the Babylonian Saros cycle of 223 lunar months, the 19-year Metonic cycle, after which the lunar and solar calendars realign, the schedule of the ancient Olympic and Panhellenic Games, the positions of all 5 planets visible to the naked eye. Now here is the connection that starts our story. The Antikythera Mechanism was not purely Greek. Its eclipse prediction system uses Babylonian astronomical mathematics. Its calendar integrates Egyptian conventions. Its mechanical engineering is Greek. 3 civilizations, 1 machine. It was on a ship that sailed from Rhodes, an island at the intersection of Greek, Babylonian, Persian, and Egyptian knowledge, a crossroads of the ancient world, and 1,000 miles to the east, at the exact same time, on the exact same trade network, another impossible artifact was being built. The Baghdad Battery, a clay jar, approximately 13 centimeters tall. Inside, a copper cylinder. Inside that, an iron rod, suspended in the center, not touching the walls. Sealed at the top with an asphalt-like bitumen plug. The iron rod shows heavy corrosion, the kind that comes from prolonged exposure to acidic liquid. When researchers built exact replicas and filled them with vinegar, lemon juice, or fermented grape juice, all available in the ancient world, they measured between 0.5 and 1.5 volts of electricity per jar. In 2026, a new study showed that with a previously overlooked design element, a tin air outer cell, a single Baghdad battery jar may produce over 1.4 volts on its own. This is not a theory. This is a replicated, measured result. Multiple jars were found, at Seleucia, at Ctesiphon, at Kujut Rabu, all corroded from the inside. Not one, a type of object, produced across multiple Parthian-era sites, and found alongside them, bronze and iron needles, medical needles, found at the same sites, at the same time. The most famous original jar went missing during the 2003 Iraq War looting. Its current whereabouts are unknown. Now the connection, the Parthian Empire, where these batteries were found, sat at the exact center of the ancient world's Silk Road. To the east, India and China. To the west, Greece and Egypt. To the south, Arabia. Every trade route in the ancient world passed through Parthian territory. The same network that carried the Antikythera Mechanism's knowledge from Babylon and Egypt to Greece also ran directly through the land where the battery was made. One network, multiple impossible artifacts,